Hello everyone, welcome to my first English instructional video. I thought it's time to make one of those because so far I've only had the option of Swiss, German, and maybe you're not all that fluent in Swiss German and need some advice that you could actually use. So I'm going to show you the Isara Quick today. The Isara Quick Halfbuckle, that's the carrier we actually sell the most here at the shop, because it's the one carrier that really fits from birth up to 2.5 years, depending on how big your baby is. Isara is a Romanian company and they came up with a great idea on how to adjust the length and the width of the back panel without having to change sizes and you needing more than one carrier for the first 1.5 to 2 years at least. Yeah, I will start right on that. But if you have another half buckle carrier, I'll also show you some stuff that's pretty useful for them as well, like how you put on the belt and how you adjust small stuff. The Isara Quick has this Velcro panel down here where you can adjust the size of your carrier depending on how big your baby is. So it says on the sides which sizes are for what, but you don't have to go into, I'm not sure if you see it, yeah, there's the color. The red is the smallest and the blue is the biggest. And if I put in a small baby that doesn't have yet the size 56, I can go all the way down, even go a little bit below that rectangle or that red mark here, and just put it right above the Velcro, not too far into the panel, and I just attach it here. It just needs to be, if possible, parallel to that line, but it doesn't have to be on the rectangle itself. So I make it smaller. I will show you how. If I turn around the belt, now you see it, my carrier goes into the belt, and by attaching it down below, I will pull it further into the belt. So this part here where the baby sits gets smaller. I hope you understand. But I go one step back now, because usually people struggle a little bit with that, because there's so many ways now that you can put on the belt and they don't know how to hold the carrier. So if I want to put it on like that, it's the wrong way, but the belt is right. So to memorize how to put it on, I always tell my customers they have to read all the instructions, and then the belt stays at the lowest point, so the carrier comes out of that, and you want to let the instructions and the Velcro disappear, and you're still able, but just you're able to read that warning sign here the right way around. So if this is facing another direction, that's wrong. Then you have to start again. And then I have back here, I didn't show you that, and I didn't do it, I'm sorry. You can use that, or please use it. It's this security thingy here, this rubber band that you put the buckle below, and then if you open it too early or if it breaks, it will stay in here. So that's just to be safe. Close that, and then we'll do some belt adjustments, and that's also useful if you use another carrier. I'm always telling people to put that belt on pretty fixed. So I push it down a little bit so you see what I mean. Some people start like that. And do you see how I'm standing here? I'm kind of leaning in and I have this shallow part here on my back. I don't want that. So I'm lifting up the belt a little bit on the front and pushing it back here, even if your hips are shaped a little bit like that, that you tend to put it on like this because this pushes up from your hips. Try to push it down in the back, and then place your palm, and I'm trying to put it to the center. You can watch that in the mirror if it's right. And then you put your palm here and just pull a little bit tighter back there. Isara sometimes has those really long straps. Just roll them up and put the rubber band over it, like that. And now I adjusted the carrier for a really small baby, so I'm going to get my smallest doll, or one of the smaller ones, to show you that. Now I start by going up with my doll to my shoulder, as if I want to burp her or him. I don't know what it is. They don't have names. Mine don't. I know other people that give their dolls names. This doesn't have one, so it's, yeah, my doll. And then I just go down to the belt. And by going down, I try to spread the legs a little bit. So I'm always holding on here and try to spread. And now something that you don't see from that perspective, what I did was I was leaning back a little bit, and while I came down, this part of my back came out. So I'm rolling in a little bit that I can place that doll right in that position. So I'm helping a little bit that I can put the hips in that position here, in that froggy M position, but I think it's not really an M, it's flatter than the M. And then I'm staying right above the belt here. Do you see that? So I still see the whole belt underneath. And then I use that small part here for support. And what I do with my arm, I don't know if I noticed, I'm always holding in a diagonal, and I try to use all of my fingers and all of my, I don't know, elbows to support, so I can reach as much of the body as possible. And I'm also, by leaning back here a little bit, I'm also leaning back there, and the head can rest. So if it's a newborn and the head is still a little bit unstable, then maybe you can also use just your chin a little bit for the moment, or you do it while seated up to here. So you find that position. It could be that your baby's going like that and clenching its feet together, then try to open it while going down. And by rolling back, you're helping a little bit. So long story short, when we end up here, I just grab underneath and push up that back panel. Did you see that? I'm going from very, like, from the bum, I go up all the way to the neck. And that's always how I do it. I'm not going like this and like that. I think it's just a little bit disturbing maybe for the baby if it's not supported all the time on the back. So I'm going up, 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 and then I can just push that hand away and place the strap over my shoulder. Place my other hand here and go back. And that's pretty much it for now. Sometimes I have people that want to hold on here after and tie it in the back, or I don't know what. Stay here with one hand, grab the other hand and go back. Go and get those straps in the back. If you want to reach those straps, don't lean back, because they'll fall away from you and it's harder to get them. That's not as extreme as I sometimes see it. Depending on what you're wearing, they are far out and you have to go and reach them. So I'm holding here. I can even lean a little bit forward. Wait, I'll turn my hands, have more force. And then I pull them and I grab back and cross them on the back. I'll show you again from this side. Now I try to go, I go under the legs, but I'm trying to avoid this. What I sometimes see is people grab the straps here and they're under the bum, but they got stuck somewhere. So it has to be the shortest way possible. And then I cross them in the front. I go again really close to the bum and to the upper part of my belt back. And this one has very long straps, so you can come back in front and make a double knot here. Now, The Isara is cool because I really like how the babies sit in there. Now it's the doll, but you see there's not much of, it's not folded fabric except for here maybe, but it's filled out pretty nicely. And I really like how they made the shape. There's a seam down here, you don't see it, but it makes a really nice shape and it closes very well to the side. I haven't told you anything about height yet, where to place the baby, but now you see it. That's a good height if I can place a kiss on the head, but also the head needs to rest over my breast. Like there's the furthest part around the chest and the head needs to be on top, so your baby can just lean on your chest. And it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, if you have big breasts or small breasts, it's always above the chest that you want the head to rest on. And then I have this small piece, that's the head support. I usually don't use it with smaller babies, or I just roll it inside and make a little neck support with that. Maybe you see it. Yeah, here. I just roll it inside and place it in here because the Isara carriers, they have, this part is a little bit higher than where they're attached to the straps, and that makes a nice back support. Other options I have with the Isara, and that's why I find it also pretty cool, is that my strap doesn't end up being really narrow at the end. It has those wide parts here, and with these I can just spread them over the back if I have, for example, a baby that doesn't like to be in a carrier and likes to be in a wrap instead, because it's more stable for them and the hands and the arms fall down in the carrier. You can even close it a little bit to the side and just spread it out. It's not as wide as with a wrap, but maybe that's an option for you to make it a little bit more wrapped around than just a regular carrier. Yeah, that's it for that. I'm going to show you how to carry on the back. Sorry, it's going to be a very long video. You can also stop here if you're not interested in the back carry. So I'm showing you how to back carry with the exact same doll. Maybe it's not when you start back carrying when they're small. Okay, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you how to back carry. I used the small doll again, but I think it's not actually how you do it. Maybe your baby is a little bit bigger, maybe even a lot, but just so you know. So I'm going to show you how to back carry. My doll is pretty small. It's the newborn baby that I have here. Maybe your baby's not as small anymore, but that doesn't matter. It's the same. First, I'm starting the same way I just was for the front carry, and I take both the straps and grab them together in one hand in front of the chin. The head needs to stick out here, so don't go like this. I want to secure my baby, and that's how I do it. I make this little pocket with the baby inside, and I throw one of the strap away from the side I want to move the doll back on my back. Back. And then I grab both the straps and I place one finger in between so I know which strap is which, even though I can't see it anymore after. And my palm is facing me and the back of my hand is facing the doll, the face. That way I'm not struggling at the point where I go back that I can twist my wrist around. This way it's easier to just continue when it gets harder. I go and grab the belt and just move to one side, not too far, so you can still move your shoulder, and then I just slip through completely until my shoulder is also there. If I'm here stuck and I cannot move my shoulder through, then I can pull the belt and just move further. I'm still holding on really close to the face, so I give enough support. And then I can change the hand that's holding, pull a little bit more, so my doll actually is in the center, or I hope it is, I can't see it. And then I just lean forward a little bit. The leaning is, it's not diving down with my head, it's holding my head up straight, and just put my bum out a little bit, and then slip under one of the straps. The other one, it's important that one stays down and one goes over the head, and that you don't lift up both of them, because otherwise you're opening back there. Oh, I just saw that's twisted. You're opening too much by holding both up. So just one. Do you see that? How stable the doll stays on my back. Then I can, to hold them, you can see what I'm doing, but I just put them in between my knees, or I can even stand on them. I can open the belt a little bit and push it up as high as it's comfortable. I'm on my rib cage here, but I also have a really small doll, as I have mentioned. If you have a bigger baby, then you can go further down, but the goal is to place the head above your shoulder blade so the head can rest. If your baby wants to sleep, that's a good place to be. And then I pull both the straps, I go under the legs, maybe you see it from here. I go on the upper part of my hip belt, and then if I want to tighten it, I can go in with my elbows and push out. Did you see what happened? That way it was lifted even higher up. And then I can just close it by doing a double knot here. Take something to connect the straps, or, and that's what I usually do because I already have all that extra fabric, I just go diagonally over my chest from inside to the outside. I can spread it over my breast. The other one too, because it's so long I can just keep on holding it. That's really cool. A lot of people complain about the length, but I use it. I don't know how about you, but I love that extra length of the Isara carriers. I wish the quick tie also had just those few centimeters more, so you can do all that cool stuff. That's how I put my doll, in that case, on my back, and the weight is distributed all over my upper body. I can even open up this a little bit if it's disturbing me. That's on my rib cage. Sometimes people are uncomfortable, then open it up a little bit. You don't have any weight on here. You have the weight back there and on your straps. If I want to take the baby down, I open all the way. Always make sure that you don't let go of the carrier, that you don't let go of the straps. Now, I don't want to go that way and undo the straps. I can just put them in between my knees again, hold on here and pull the straps out. And then I'm holding them with one hand, pulling the back part out, lean forward a little bit, my bum's out, my head's up, and just under one of the straps, and then I can hold on here as close as possible to the head. I move the belt a little bit, I lean, I turn, so you see that, I lean to the other side, so my doll is not falling out, and then I'm trying to grab back here, or I can lean this way, so it's always leaning against me, and I can hold the neck and let go of the rest and get my doll out, my dummy. That's how you back carry. But don't do this without help or find a place where it's all padded around. It's best if you do it together. Someone's just trying to secure the baby, because it's something you have to learn, and maybe a small mistake is, yeah, it's not very, it's hazardous. No. Yeah. Or go to a baby wearing consultation and practice with a doll. All right. Thank you for watching.